Hey, what's good, everybody? You're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. With me, your hero, Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, is my co-host, Trav. What's good, bro?
Not always, though.
Not
I'm
always.
on here last week.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy? It's like, I know I always say always, but then I was thinking, I was just like, it's never been that many times where it's like, it's just been me and Trav. It's usually always me and D. And I'm happy that I didn't butcher it and say joining me as always is Rebellious D, because I know I did it that one time when we did that reaction video. But hey, it's good. It's good having you here. You're up. It's bright and early on a Saturday morning, and
As you can tell.
And D isn't joining us because he said he was tired. But
hey, he said I got these Gundam to build. I ain't got time for it.
I don't got time. I mean, bro, you got to admit we had a long night last night. We had two reviews, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Invincible, which still really haven't even put out there. I just finished uploading Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It's gonna be a long day today.
It's gonna be a long day today, because we got our Godzilla versus Kong live stream on Facebook later today too. So it's gonna be a pretty long day. But before we talk about and snowball on the other things, today we are reviewing episode 2 of season 5 of My Hero Academia, called Vestiges. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button, and then tap that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So Trav, are you ready to go beyond?
Hey, I'm ready.
I thought you was about to say plus ultra. Are you saving that for the end?
I'm saving it for when I'm up.
That's what she said.
That's right.
But so pretty much the episode, it picks back up where Endeavor is still having a flashback where he sees Dobby, and him and Hawks, they're wounded after fighting the Nomu, and Dobby is pretty much about to kill them. And before he can attack, Mirko, she appears, and she saves them. She protects them. She saves the day. And before she can hit Dobby, he ends up disappearing. We find out that all he is just a duplicate that Twice had created. And Dobby, he lets Endeavor know that, I'll see you again, and stay alive until then.
Yeah.
Now
this seems crazy, bro.
It was crazy. Now, do you think that he said that because it's like Endeavor almost died in this fight against the Nomu?
Well, I think he said it because he gonna kill him, bro.
I mean, well, that too, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's just like you see the fight that Endeavor had, like he almost lost. Like, he almost died. I mean, you see that now he has this giant scar on his face.
Yeah.
I was getting David Bowie vibes, the Star Man. You know what I'm saying?
Star Man.
He had the scar on his face. And
he's trying to one up Todoroki is what it is.
Hey, look, Todoroki even makes a joke about it. He's just like, nice scar, while he's sitting there sipping his noodles. So,
and welcome to the club.
So he meets up with his family. Fuyumi, she wants to have dinner because it's a way to celebrate him becoming the new #1 hero. And when he gets there, Shoto and his other son, Natsu, they are not paying attention to him. Fuyumi, she's the only one that greets him when he comes in and whatnot. And we already know that their family is what's the word, Trav?
Dysfunctional.
There we go. Thank you. They're the dysfunctional family.
Put it nicely.
And pretty much Natsu, he isn't very welcoming of Endeavor, because he was there to see, I mean, they were all there to see how Endeavor was back in the day. But it's like, because him and Fuyumi are older than Shoto, it's like, I feel like that they had it worse compared to Shoto. I mean, I don't know. I think they all had it bad. What about you?
Yeah. I wouldn't say they had it worse, but also they saw him take Shoto away from the family. Yeah. And don't waste your time with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, you said we was worthless.
Yeah, for real. Like, that's I can understand why Natsuo was upset, and like why he doesn't want to forgive him, especially because he mentions their older brother Toya. So it's like, I wonder like what happened to Toya, like what happened to him, because it's
do you not know?
No, because it's like we've never seen him before. I want to say this is the first time that he's even been mentioned.
Yeah. I meant manga wise though. Do you know?
Of course I know, but
okay.
I'm not gonna say anything because spoilers. You know.
Okay. Let me up until this point. Is he mentioned in the manga?
No.
Like this point in the manga, he's not mentioned either.
This is the. This. Oh no. In the manga, yeah, he is mentioned again. Like this is the first time that he's mentioned in the anime.
Right.
But Natsuo, he ends up walking out of the house out of anger, and Fuyumi, she's upset because she wanted all of them to come together because their dad, he is trying to change for the better. And Todoroki, he ends up, telling Endeavor that he is a good hero, but he needs to become a good father. And Todoroki, he mentions, he's just like, sometimes like, small things do happen to make people change, because you got to remember, before Todoroki met Midoriya, Todoroki was kind of on that same path as Endeavor, but he was just filled with more rage and more hate though. So
he made mention to it. He said sometimes something so simple can change you or something like that, where it's like he made mention to it.
Yeah, so it's just going to be interesting to see where it goes from here, to see that relationship between Endeavor and the rest of his family. I mean, like he has a long ways to go before he can get all of their respect. I definitely want to see more on Toya, see how much more they go into detail on who he is in the series and whatnot. We also see like a little backstory for Hawks, because Hawks, remember, it's like I thought he was a bad guy.
Zoe did too, bro. Now look,
go ahead.
Since I wasn't here last week, but I told you at the ending when they show Hawks talking to Dobby, Zoe was like, this mother, you know what I mean? She was mad, bro. She was Hawks a villain. And then when they showed them having the conversation, that's all I thought of. I was like, shit, man, this guy really is a villain, bro. But they pulled the okey doke on me. I said, okay.
We thought that
I didn't see that coming.
Yep. We saw he was a double agent, and the Nomu wasn't supposed to come after them like that. But Dobby was just like, that's just something I wanted to do. And
I think Dobby knows
that Hawks is a double agent.
I don't think he knows 100%, but I think he's testing him. And he tested him.
I mean, bro, you gotta think about like all of the action movies that we've seen back in the day, where like somebody goes undercover and they have to test them to make sure that they're not a cop or they're not like a double agent or anything like that. And we see Hawks. We see a little snippet of his backstory. We see when he's a kid, he was holding that very cute Endeavor doll, and he saved a bunch of people when he was a kid, and the government pretty much came in and was just like, hey, your kid has special powers. We want him. We're going to take care of your family. And it's like, of course.
They said, we want you?
I like you and I want you. And it's like, bro, who's going to turn that down? Who's going to be like, okay,
they paid for paid their way.
Yeah, you could take, especially if they were in a bad living condition, or you know what I'm saying? It's just like, who wouldn't take that? So we see that Hawks, he is working for the government and whatnot, because they want to be able to have information and intel on the League of Villains and what's going on, because in the fight with All For One, they didn't know anything about him. A lot of people don't know anything about All For One, but there is somebody who found out some stuff about All For One, and that is Midoriya. He ends up having a dream. Oh, go ahead. What were we about to say, Trav?
Say your boy.
Yeah, my hero. He ends up having a dream, and it picks up from what we had saw on the season 4 finale, and what we saw in the intro when Midoriya is having a dream, where he sees the other past users of One For All. Yeah, he sees everybody except 2 of them. Now, I will say that those 2 that weren't shown, they still haven't been shown in the manga. The only thing that they've shown is just the back of their head. So that's a small spoiler, but yeah, we still don't know who those other two users are. And then Midoriya, he sees the first user of One for All, and we see the backstory on him and All for One. And that's another thing too. That's another spoiler I'm going to reveal. Neither one of them's names have been revealed. So it sucks when I'm doing the My Hero Academia podcast with my friends up there, or even when I'm doing my reviews, and then it's like I always get the names mixed up. All for One, One for All, and I remember I think we had made fake names for them, so that way we would stop calling them
All for
One for All. But, we see the backstory. All for One, he doesn't. Well, I'm just gonna say little brother. The little brother, he doesn't approve of what his older brother is doing, and his older brother, he wants to pretty much make the world in his image. He wants everybody to worship him, and what he ends up doing is there's two people. There's one guy that is quirkless, and then there's somebody that has a quirk. The guy that has the quirk, he has a messed up face and everything, and he doesn't want to have that quirk anymore because he wants to live a normal life, whereas the other guy, he was assaulted by a group of as they say, metahumans. He wants to have a quirk now, so that way that he won't be defenseless anymore. And it's like the more people who come to the older brother, All for One, they become his lackeys, and his little brother doesn't like that. So Trav, I wanted to ask you, what was your takeaway from that entire scene?
Bro, that I thought it was super cool. That caught me off guard. How old is this dude?
Bro, they have to be. They're both old.
Well, I'm assuming the little brother's already passed on, right?
Because that's how One for All gets passed.
Right. Well, I just mean because All Might obviously isn't manifested in him, because I feel like All Might's still alive, and the same for All Might's guy, the old man. What's his name?
The Gran Torino.
Yeah, Gran Torino. You never see those two, and I think it's because they're still alive.
Well, no, Gran Torino isn't a past user. He's just All Might's teacher.
Oh, okay.
But if you noticed, because it's like I know you said that All Might hasn't passed through. If you notice, there was like a yellow symbol when Deku was having the dreams, and it looked just like All Might.
I didn't even pick that up.
I believe that is All Might, and the reason why his body isn't fully there is because All Might isn't dead. But because he passed on One for All to Midoriya, it's like he's kind of stuck in between his spirit being there and him still being in the real world. But that's just something that I caught.
Right. Yeah, no, I didn't even catch that. But yeah, it makes you wonder, how old is this dude? You know what I mean? All for One. And obviously he's somehow able to keep himself alive through the years.
Yeah.
So he's immortal in some capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that whole origin story was cool. That he possibly created it.
Yeah. What created what?
All for One for All.
Yeah, he did create One for All when he gave it to his brother.
Right.
Because his brother was quirkless. Because he didn't approve of what his older brother was doing. And he was just like, you're just creating this army and whatnot. And then All for One, he even says that there were people who didn't agree with his methods, and they tried to take him out, and he easily got out. He took them out. You know what I'm saying?
So I wonder if he was quirkless and he invented this quirk, like scientifically put together this quirk and gave it to himself.
Who knows? I mean, like that's an interesting question, man. I feel like it's just one of those things where it's just like, we'll find out one day. Because
My Hero's got it's such a good story, bro.
It is, man. It is, and I like how he grabbed his brother's head and he was just like, here's something even that you can use, and hopefully it'll help you out and whatnot. And that's how One for All is created. And when Midoriya sees all of this, the past user, the first user, he's approaching him, and he's just like, I wanted I wanted to show you this, but it's just like you're not even at 20%. Like the lowest you're at is 20%. So it's like I can't show you. Yeah, you're not ready. I can't show you everything because if I do try to show you everything, it'll be too much for you to handle. Remember, that's what All Might said early on when he was training Midoriya, that it's just like this quirk can break you. So
I got a feeling that as strong as All Might was, he never hit 100%.
I mean,
I got a feeling, bro.
That's a possibility because, like, also too, we're gonna find out in next week's episode when we saw the preview when Midoriya was talking with All Might. Because remember, like in some of the past seasons, Midoriya, he experienced stuff that All Might never experienced. Like All Might was never able to see the past users like Midoriya was able to see him. Like remember when he was fighting in the UA tournament? I can't remember what it was called, but remember when he was about to walk off the stage, Midoriya saw all the past users, and then he told All Might about it. All Might was just like, "Yeah, that's never happened to me before." So it's interesting to see what's going to happen this season, and also too in the episode preview, we see that we're getting right to Class A versus Class B. So this is going to be an interesting fight. This is what they've been hyping up and all the trailers and whatnot. So I'm glad that the anime is moving along smoothly, and I can't wait to see next week's episode where they start the big fight.
Yeah. Nah, I wish that, it was all ready for us to all watch, bro. Like,
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, man, like when I read it in the manga, I was hyped. So
yeah, I feel like a kid waiting on Dragon Ball Z every week, bro.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, man? It's like I know that we do these videos early Saturday mornings, and this is kind of like our Saturday morning cartoons now. Like we're waking up super early, like in our 30s, to watch My Hero Academia, and it's just like we're tired, man. Like, bro, we should start getting some cereal, play My Hero Academia on the TV, and then we can sit on the ground in Indian style.
Not feel our legs.
Not feel our legs. Oh my God, the feeling of getting old, man. But yeah, hey, that's today's review. Thank you for watching it with us. Let us know in the comments what you thought about today's episode. Like, who do you think Toya is? What are your expectations for the other users and One for All? Like, what did he mean where Midoriya isn't ready to handle everything? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Trav, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
Yeah, if you're looking to get in touch with your boy, I am on the Instagrams at ZK Audio. And if you're in search of a hero, where can they find one at?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And then you can look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this video. And if you're free tonight and would love to join us on Facebook Live, we are going to be talking about Godzilla versus Kong. And we're just going to have a bunch of people just joining us and giving their opinions and thoughts on the movie. So if you've seen that movie and you're interested in joining, let us know. Well, not let us know, but we'll see you then. I don't know, like, where will we post the link at, Trav, so that way that they can find it?
On the A. You know where to find the Leveling Up page at.
There you go.
At Facebook at Leveling Up Banks.
There you go.
That's where you can find us live streaming on Facebook tonight.
Yep.
And your boy's been preparing for it. I rewatched King of Monsters again last night. And your boy ready to chat about some monsters. I'm ready to chat about it too. So yeah, with that being said, we'll see you guys later tonight, or we'll see you on our next video review or interview. So thank you again. Like I always say, keep that pinky up. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.